Okay, are you guys all ready? So we are starting in 3, 2, 1, Tetris. Tris. There we go. So same seed, of course, for each match. And actually, Obelex was dashing yesterday, but after some warm-up with roll last night, he felt pretty comfortable with it, and he's rolling today. Didn't feel as confident yesterday, so he chose to dash instead. But that makes that matchup against Bergtroll, who also rolls a lot more even. All of these players are max outers, which is worth mentioning because that was not really the case for everyone yesterday. Now that we are pretty deep into this tournament, we are having the better players facing each other. Oh, and a misdrop from Bergtroll with that T-piece. Shouldn't be too much trouble, but will cost him some pace. There's some cleaning to do, and yeah, neck and neck on top between Marq and Gunter. Marq will probably try to use his rolling advantage on 19 and 29. Where it's gonna be tougher for Gunter. So I guess if it stays even on 18, it's gonna benefit him in the long run. Let's see if Gunter will be a bit more aggressive on 18 to try to compensate for that. And pretty close game at the bottom as well. Obelex was not really able to capitalize on Bergtroll's early misdrop. And Bergtroll himself cleaned up pretty quickly, and he's able to score again. So yes, they're trading the lead back and forth depending of the Tetris pace. Meanwhile, Gunter with a small lead on top. Nearly 2 Tetrises. Yeah, now it's well over 2 Tetrises, almost 3. And Marq is not completely clean. Okay, now he is. At the bottom, we are still trading the link clean boards for everyone, so not really a lot to talk about. All players having fairly calm and steady games so far. Gunter holding to his lead that oscillates between 2 and 3 Tetris. It looks like Marq has caught up 1 Tetris though. So now it's oscillating between 1 and 2. Meanwhile at the bottom we are still neck and neck. Bergtroll responding to Obelex Tetris with a Tetris of his own. A bit of a dependency for Gunter here. Yeah, that the right J did not come in time, but he managed to play around that pretty well. Only burned I think 2 lines, and yeah, avoiding danger. And 3 Tetrises lead still for Gunter. Playing really well on 18, which is what he needs to against rolling. And a drought at the bottom of 23 pieces. Both players coming out of it, but Bergtroll coming out of it with a Tetris and a clean board. Meanwhile, Obelex deteriorated his board because of that drought. And yeah, he's not in trouble, but he had to slow down, and he has some cleanup to do now with that pile of squares on the left side. And now Bergtroll is actually taking a lead of 3 Tetrises. And we are approaching transition, 115 lines at the bottom, 110 on top. Gunter banging another Tetris. The gap has been consistent for quite a while now on top. So both players on similar paces, except that Gunter had a bit of a head start early on. Okay, 1 line away from transition for Bergtroll. Meanwhile, Obelex is already in 19, and a drought on top. And that drought will be costly for Gunter, I think, because he's 3 lines away from transition with a pretty bad board. And that means he will most likely transition pretty high, only 1 more line. Oh, that's a really bad board to transition on 19 on Das. Can he survive this? If a long bar comes really quickly, can maybe get out of it. But this is really tough. Yeah, now the left side is iterating. At least he's able to score the Tetris. But oh, that left side is completely unusable anymore, and it's gonna be a top out for Gunter. That drought right before the transition was really tough to deal with on Das, and Gunter couldn't survive. Meanwhile, Marq was able to bank a Tetris right out of this drought into transition, and managed to transition with a really clean board. And now he has a few points to catch up. He has to beat 533 205 to win the game. Is 0.3 Tetrises away. He can just line this out, play T of runway. Oh, and Obelex stopped out, and Bergtroll is good. So Bergtroll will take game number 1. Meanwhile, Marq is still chasing this down, and this Tetris will do it. Marq taking game number 1. Both games with a similar lengths, and yeah, so it's gonna be Marq and Bergtroll coming out on top. So we can start the game 2 at the same time, and on my side I am ready, so we're gonna start in 3, 2, 1, Tetris. This is of course best of 5, just like yesterday. The entire tournament will be played out in best of 5, and yeah, flat bracket, single elimination. But the flat bracket aspect is not much of a factor anymore, because now the top seeds have joined the bracket this morning. So that's the case for Marq and Bergtroll, who didn't have to play yesterday thanks to their slots in the top 4 seeds. They still competed in the Game Boy tournament. Marq reaching the final, and an early drought on top, which has been easier to deal with for Bergtroll than for Obelex, but Obelex was able to clean it up very quickly after all. So yeah, that still allows Bergtroll to take an early Tetris lead. Oh, and a drought on top as well, and Gunter is a bit high with a tricky left side. At least the well is open now, but the bar is still not coming. Marq with the rolling playing really high, but still with that right well. It was quite a bit lower. He had some space to burn and was able to bang the Tetris. Gunter with that dependency, but oh, good pieces here to get back to safety. Marq with an early lead though at 164. Meanwhile, Gunter is at 148. And bottom 127 for Bergtroll, 109 for Obelex. And Bergtroll able to open the well right in time for the long bar. Banging another Tetris. Not extending his lead though, because Obelex got a Tetris of his own at the same time. So Gunter is back, was briefly back in... okay, now he's back again within a Tetris range of Marq. And another Tetris for Marq, really clean boards on top, however it's a bit tougher for Obelex now. Some cleanup to do, shouldn't be too much of a problem for a player of his caliber. Yeah, he's back to a clean board in no time, and a Tetris for Obelex. Still slightly less than 2 Tetrises behind Bergtroll. Who's off to a pretty smooth game so far. Gunter also within a Tetris range. It's a bit oscillating between 0.7 and 1.7 Tetris's deficit, and a drought on top. And actually it costs some pace to Marq. The well is still open for Gunter. He's getting the pieces a bit later, because Marq got out of this drought a lot sooner than Gunter. I guess it's because Marq with the rolling is playing a bit higher up the board than what Gunter can do with that. So he's having more pieces in the same time frame. A bit Gunter is set up for some tuck here. He's probably gonna tuck the square, and yeah, that's exactly what he's gonna do. We are approaching the 100 line mark. Transition happens after 130 lines on 18. The gap still at 0.77 on top. It has been like that for quite a while now. Obelex again with some slight cleanup to do. Nothing critical, but it will allow Bergtroll to extend his lead probably. Yeah, here comes the long bar. Obelex is set up for row 1 center well, and it pays off. He's gonna get the Tetris. Figured he has to turn on the aggression a bit. He's going for another center well, and I got the screens froze for me. Yeah, the gameplay has frozen for me. But the games are still going. It's fine for the players, but it's tricky for me. Sivel? So, okay, now it's back for Marq and Bergtroll, but Obelex and Gunter's POV are still frozen. Oh, and now, okay, I get the catch up. I guess it's on a server issue. Now I see the games catching up at the X accelerate. Okay, so Marq is into 19. And again, Gunter with a board quite deteriorated coming into transition. It's still a lot more playable than the previous game, but he has a lot of pace during the time I couldn't see during the time the POV froze. So yeah, Marq is 144 ahead, and Bergtroll topped out, so it's gonna be a chase down for Obelex, but it's a pretty tough board to deal with. He's able to dig it down though. He's less than a Tetris behind. Can Obelex complete the chase down? 15k left, 8k now. He needs 499 to take the game home. Still 3k more. And there we go. Obelex is good with 499. And he's gonna tie up the score to 1-1. Meanwhile, on top, the game is still going, but Gunter is really far behind. He's 7 Tetrises behind. Marq probably very well on max out pace, like way above max out pace. Meanwhile, yeah, Gunter, I guess he's having a decent DAS game. But yeah, I think it would be really hard for him to match his pace. Marq is on a really good game. 860k on level 24 only. Let me update the score real quick. Marq up to match point. No, sorry, not Marq. I mean, not yet, at least. Obelex tying up the score, sorry. However, Marq is most likely gonna go up to match point because he's at 935. Yeah, even if because Gunter is on dash, so he will not score much on 29. I think even if Marq tops out now, I doubt Gunter would be able to catch up. One Tetris away from the max out now, I think, for Marq. Yeah, then max out for Marq. I think is it the first max out of the tournament in a match? I'm not sure. Could very well be. At least it's the first of the day. And yeah, I don't think Gunter is on max out pace, so I think even if Marq would top out now, the game would still go to Marq, but of course both players are still gonna play it out. Marq on a beautiful game. Marq one line away from 29 and 1.15 coming into 29. Strong showing from Marq. And yeah, for Das, Gunter is having a pretty good game of his own, but there's just not much he could have done really on this game. On the other side of the table, it's just playing too hard, too strong. And yeah, Gunter is gonna get into the kill screen at 871, and Marq is good. Yeah, and Marq is not gonna malign it, so we can start game 3 synchronized.
1 point.
Yeah, Gunter said that Marq actually beat Gunter's PB in this game, so yeah, there's really not much he could have done. And he had a good game of his own though. For Das 871, it would have won him a lot of games in a Das tournament. So okay, so game number 3 is gonna start at the same time. If everyone. Okay, Obelex is missing. So are we waiting or are we starting? Okay, so we are gonna start the game on top. We are missing Obelex, but otherwise we're fine. He's bathroom, yeah.
That's why I mean, you can just continue playing, I guess.
Yeah, so Marq and Gunter, are you guys ready? So we are gonna go in 3. Oh, never mind, Obelex is here, so we can start at the same time. So, okay, is everyone ready? Alright, so here we go for game number 3 in 3, 2, 1, Tetris. Marq is off to a match point here with that really strong game 2. Meanwhile, it's 1-1 in the match at the bottom between Obelex and Bergtroll in that rolling duel. So, as Vandy likes to say now, it's a best of 3 at the bottom, and what is happening to the computer? I have no idea. My screen turned black for a second, but everything is fine. Oh, okay. So Bergtroll with an early Tetris lead, but both boards pretty clean. A bit of a dependency for Marq, but he is able to fill it with the bar. So all good on on all sides. Obelex with a bit of a tricky left side, but he has that S. He's able to fill it in. I will mix up a lot S, J's, L's, Z's. I never know which one is which, so forgive me for that one. So we are neck and neck on top. Meanwhile, Bergtroll has a 2 Tetris lead. Very early on, 32 lines in. And he's gonna score another one. Meanwhile, Obelex is not ready to score for himself. Okay, never mind. He is now. Will score Tetris of his own. Yeah, a bit of a SZ spiral for the seed on top. Both players are able to deal with it in a good fashion. That's not the best. Okay, Marq is going for a left whale Tetris actually. And the long bar is coming for him. He has a bit of a hole now, so he has to take the triple. Gunter with a bit less than 20k points lead early on. Meanwhile, Bergtroll with a 60k lead early on. The well is open for Obelex and boom, Tetris, simultaneous Tetris actually. So the gap is gonna stay the same. And Marq into some trouble. He should be able to get this down, but I think it's gonna need the piece to cooperate a bit. This is quite tough, and those S and those Z's are not really helpful. Okay, that long bar though, those two long bars are really helpful. And now Marq can breathe again. But Gunter now has a 80k points lead. So that dig really helped him, and yeah, that's a lead he's gonna need into 19 and into 29, based on what Marq showed at these speeds on the first two games. And yeah, Bergtroll now with quite a sizable lead as well, 55k. That's over 2 Tetrises. Oh, but Bergtroll with an early top out again, and it's another chasedown for Obelex. Oh, just like the previous game, Bergtroll with quite of a lead, but with even earlier top out, because he topped out on 19 on the previous game. And now Obelex has all the time in the world to catch up this 18k. 404 is what you need, and there we go with that Tetris. Obelex is gonna move up to match point. And that could be the first quote-unquote upset of the tournament, because so far the top seed always won against the bottom seed. But we have the bottom seed on match point here, so if you guys are ready to start, we are gonna start. Okay, so we're gonna start at the bottom in 3, 2, 1, Tetris. Here we go, match point for Obelex. Bergtroll, who didn't have to play yesterday because of his high seed, in danger of immediately falling out to loser bracket. So the pressure is on, and we are on 19. We have transition on top. Gunter with a big lead of 5 Tetrises. That's exactly what he needs. Because now I think we are all expecting Marq to catch up in pace. But with that big of a lead, it's not gonna be easy to catch up. Oh, and Marq with a top out actually. I didn't see that he was in that much trouble, and Gunter will take game number 3. And yeah, Gunter is mullining this because he's on a pretty good pace for that actually. Oh, but he's pretty high. I think that's gonna be it anyway. He's not gonna be able to mullin this for much longer. And at the bottom, early lead for Bergtroll, but he has some cleanup to do, so Obelex able to catch up at neck and neck. I will update the score for Gunter, saving a match point here. He has 2 more to save now. And are we ready? Are we ready on top? Okay, no. The seeds are not updated yet. So let me know if I speak like too close or too far from the microphone. It's not my setup, so... Alright, so we are ready on top for 3, 2, 1, Tetris. Game number 4. Marq still up to match point. With a 2-1 lead. Gunter saved the first match point. He has 2 more to save though. Or at least 1 more if you... Like 1 more for the decider. And yeah, Obelex with quite a lead. And now it's back to 1 Tetris. But it used to be 2 and Bergtroll is not clean, he was long bar dependent and now he has some cleanup to do and those pieces are not great for him. That's a lot of holes. And he should be able to survive this? Question mark? But he's gonna lose a lot of pace because this will take a while to dig out of. He's down 3 Tetrises already and he's far from ready to score. Because that line is gonna help out a bit. This J as well. Oh, he decides to... Okay, he decides to take the burn after all. And now he's back to scoring position and boom, Tetris for Bergtroll. But he is almost 100k behind, so he has some work to do now if he wants to stay in the winner bracket. Meanwhile, on top, Gunter with an early lead, 1 Tetris lead for Gunter. And yeah, we saw in the previous game he needs a lead in 18 if he wants to be able to compete with Marq's abilities in 19. Bergtroll back to scoring position with a Tetris, but Obelex in a Tetris of his own, so the pace now has even up, but that means also he's not catching up the deficit he picked up during that dig. It's even growing up a little bit. It's 110k now. It used to be 96. And Marq has regained the lead now by a very thin margin. They are now trading back and forth the lead. Oh, Gunter not Tetris ready here, so not able to score immediately. Okay, he will be able to score now. But Marq as well, so... Marq with a slight lead here. And actually Bergtroll falling even further behind, transitioning 147k behind, and he's ahead in lines as well. Okay, with that Tetris is not really ahead anymore, but it's still like a 170k deficit. That's a lot of catch up to do for Bergtroll. It's gonna require a strong 19 or a top out on the other side. And Marq with a 1.5 Tetris lead into a drought. Gunter coming out of the drought with Tetris, and it will be the same for Marq. We are at 100 lines, around 100 lines on top. We are level 21 in the bottom Tetris for Bergtroll, but space still evening out, so still not really catch-up dynamic, and now there's some cleanup to do for Bergtroll. Meanwhile, Obelex is clean, and Bergtroll is ahead in lines as well. And I don't really know what these players can do on 29. That could also be a factor. The points are worth so much in post 29. So we are approaching transition on top. Clean boards on both sides. Still a bit over Tetris lead for Marq. Meanwhile, Obelex is still 200k points ahead of Bergtroll. So he's managing his lead fairly well. He has some cleanup to do now though. And a bit of a dependency here and that. No spots for that square whatsoever. Oh, that board is starting to get a bit tricky for Obelex. Oh, and a top out for Gunter, and he will drop down to loser bracket. This drought killed him, and Marq is good. Marq is advancing to winner bracket semi-finals. GG. Meanwhile, we still have a game at the bottom. We are. I'm letting the 4 players POV to let Marq mull in it. Oh, and Obelex with the top out. Oh, but Bergtroll topped out as well. I missed that. So Obelex also is gonna advance to the next round. Which means I will have to face Bergtroll in the loser bracket, which I'm not looking forward to. But yeah, GG's, Obelex and Marq advancing to the winner bracket semi-finals. Bergtroll and Gunter are down to the loser bracket.